20 years, or maybe more than 20 years back, when I started out on my journey as a freshly minted resident, there were very few opportunities. I always wanted to do something to do with children, and my first choice when looking for residency was pediatrics. But as it turned out, my marks were not good enough to get me pediatrics. So I picked up my second choice, which was pediatric ophthalmology. When I passed out of ophthalmology, there were very few institutes at that time who were offering fellowships which were more specific in nature, say pediatric ophthalmology. I always felt that my surgical confidence at that time was shaky. When one of the seniors suggested that who was working in Aravind, suggested that I should look at fellowships in Aravind, I went there, and as the system in Aravind Eye Hospital at that time was that you spend 7 days in the hospital as a part of your interview. So when they gave me that form to fill, the first thing was that there were so many options of fellowships which were listed out there. Not just a fellowship, but you could do a fellowship in glaucoma, cornea, retina, you could do a fellowship in oculoplasty, and my eyes had only one choice, which was pediatric ophthalmology. And that was the defining moment, I would say, in my life. And when I met Dr. Vijayalakshmi, who turned out to be my mentor in more than one ways, I knew this is what I wanted to do all my life. But one thing I think everybody should insist on is that doggedness to explain patients' findings is what is required. Contrary to popular belief, you don't have to love children to do a pediatric ophthalmology fellowship. None of the children are ever going to tell you that they cannot see or they cannot. But that doggedness about getting to a root cause of problem which parents feel is the number one trait which I think I had. And you should be probably a good ophthalmologist first before becoming a good or competent pediatric ophthalmologist. So unlike other branches where you can choose your work and say I am going to specifically only deal with the refractive part of the cornea and not do anything else, unfortunately in pediatric ophthalmology you may end up doing almost a comprehensive ophthalmology for children. So one, yes, the dogged pursuit to look for a cause must be there. Second, observant nature to pick up something which does not fit or is out of ordinary is also equally essential. And three, you must be able to look at a child as a whole and not just an eye attached to a small adult. I think these are the three most important things which make me a competent ophthalmologist. I'll just show you two drawings which were presented to me by two of my patients. Now these two are twins and were born too soon. They were both born premature. This child, although born premature, has done relatively well with the vision. He has good vision, no morbidities associated with prematurity, and has not required anything except a pair of glasses. But contrary to this child, between me and vitreoretinal surgeon, we have done 6 surgeries. He still has very anatomically distorted retina. His vision is relatively much poorer compared to his twin brother. But if we had not done whatever we did under very, very difficult circumstances in a very, very low birth weight, premature child, between me and my teammate who is a vitreoretinal surgeon, this child would not have had the vision to make this for me. And this is nothing. This does not have any money in it. This does not have any story in it. But I know if me and Dr. Bhende, who did his initial surgeries for Arupi, were not there in his life, this was not possible. So yes, elephant is blue, and you can see compared to his twin, his lines are all blurred, distorted, but he knows it's an elephant, and I know it's an elephant. And I think that's where the satisfaction, and that's where the satisfaction of making a difference to someone's life comes in. Has it been a smooth journey in these 20 years? No. I have missed cases, I have had complications, I have had problems in diagnosing and treating children. But important thing is that each time you make a mistake, you should probably go back to the academics, go back to the books, should have no ego to seek a second opinion, should have no ego to involve another team member in the care of a children, in the care of any patient for that matter. Forget about children, but these are probably the best way to overcome. It is impossible to know everything about every subject which you need or every problem which may come to you in your clinical setting. But it is important to know when you have done the best you have and when to seek help if required. I think that is an important thing which everybody should carry within themselves. Those of you young people who want to do pediatric ophthalmology, only one piece of advice: do it if you really want to do it. Don't do it because it's new. Don't do pediatric ophthalmology because it is not that many pediatric ophthalmologists are there. Not because you love children. Love of children has nothing to do with pediatric ophthalmology. You should probably be willing to make a difference to somebody else's life, and you should be willing to put in more hours. Please believe me when I say this. You are going to spend more time, you are going to earn less, you are going to do fewer surgeries, but you are going to make much larger difference in man years or person years to somebody's life than any adult ophthalmologist can.